Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. It is Thursday, March 31st, the very last day of the month at noon, and this is lunch break. So welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. I don't know about you, but I've had a busy morning. Lots of exciting stuff going on around here in the craft studio, so I will be sharing some of that with you. But if you have stopped by, do say hello. Let me know that you're here and how your day is going so far. And I'm just going to scroll down on my tablet there and get us all up there so I can see what's going on and I can see your comments. So hopefully it's here. There we go. Oh, it looks like I'm here and it looks like I'm live. So give me a hello and we will chit chat for just a moment or two and then we will get to some crafting. So it is March 31st. It is the last day of the month and it's not entirely meaningful, but it means that in just one more sleep, if you are a demonstrator, you will be able to place an order, a pre-order from the new annual catalog. As a demonstrator, we get early access to the new catalog, and we also get to order products early so that we can prepare and have some samples and things ready to show our customers when it actually goes live for all of you. So that is starting now. It's fabulous to have early access. It's so exciting. And there are so many demonstrators that share ideas and inspiration and projects and how-tos. And we have a conference called On Tour that is starting. I think the first ones are tomorrow. They are all virtual still. And there's a number of them around the world in all the countries where Stampin' Up! Has demonstrators. But they're all virtual, and they will also share lots of ideas and tips and tricks and crafting and, you know, how to use some of the new products and ideas for some of the new stamp sets and bundles and suites and all those fabulous things. So that is coming up for me on April the 23rd. There are some in Canada before that, but unfortunately they were either at times that I wasn't available or they were at times that were in the middle of the night. Well, maybe not the middle of the night, but you know, out west where they're 3 hours later, if something was starting in the evening, then it got kind of late for me, and I want to be awake and alert and ready to take it all in because they are always awesome events. So let's just flip this down and we can get going on some things here. So I'm going to pop you around if I can get the button to go. There we go. Oops, get my cords out of the way. Get this into here. Hopefully in the right place. Get a little more cord. There we go. Can you see what is sitting on my desk? Woohoo! This is the cover of the new annual catalog, and I'm sorry, I know there's some glare here, trying to get it so there's not a lot of glare for you, but I am not permitted to show you anything inside the catalog just yet. But, okay, you know, a little bit of easy sleuthing here. So look, here's some pretty flowers. These look like they are probably distinctive stamps where you get some natural shading going on. I don't know that, but, you know, anyway, they look marvelous. And some leaves, and there's obviously some dies that go with this because the flowers are cut out, and there's a leaf die, and there's some leaves that are cut out. And here are some pretty colored gems. So, and, oh, let's not forget what is probably some designer series paper on the background. Don't know about this. Could that be a die? Could that be some special paper? We will have to wait and see. Wishing you all the happiness you can imagine. Oh my word, what a wonderful sentiment. I love it. So that is, for sure, this stuff is all in the catalog. They wouldn't have it on here if it wasn't. Well, I suppose they could, but that's not generally how they work. So I'm thinking that all of this stuff is in these pages somewhere. Ooh, yes. So anyway, that is to come. We will see when we can see, but of course, as a demonstrator, I do get to open it up and look. I've already started putting in some tabs. I have not been through the whole catalog. I've been through it all online, but it's for me, it's different when you have paper. I love my paper. I love my paper copy, and so many things in the catalog are actual size. So I just feel like I get a much better feel for what everything is when I see it on paper. The younger crowd, those of you out there that are perhaps millennials, or I don't know, Gen Xers. I don't know, when did all the online computer stuff start? Anyway, lots and lots of people now are so much better at looking at something online and truly knowing what it would look like in their hands. Not a skill that some of us that have been around a little bit longer, shall we say, are as good at. Generally speaking, I'm not. I know that. So anyway, this is the new catalog. It is super exciting. And guess what I'm going to be doing this afternoon? Yes, spending more time with that. So last week, we played with the Artfully Layered stamp set. You may recall, if you were here or if you watched the video, I made these cards. Oops, let's just see. Oh, what have we got here? Yes, we've got one like this, and then the rest go this way. So there they are. That's what we made last week, and I had some extra pieces and things that we didn't use during lunch break. So afterwards, I made one more card, and this is that card. And this now has actually inspired one of the cards that will be in the April Card Class to Go kit. So if you have not seen my Card Class to Go offering, it is out there. You can find it on my Facebook page. If you are on my mailing list, you would have received an email about the class. And if you're not on my mailing list, I would love to have you hop over to greatstampingwithconnie.com and join my mailing list, because then you will hear about all these things that are going on. So anyway, that's just a quick look back. Oh, look, perhaps a little bit of a sneaky peek at one of the cards from the April card class. That's an actual card. So that's an actual card, and whoop, that other one that I showed you has inspired a card. So there's a couple of little tips and hints for you. There are also dies that go with this stamp set, so it is a bundle. And today I'm moving beyond simple stamping just a little bit. The cards I'm making are easy to make, but I have used some of the dies. Hello, Vera. Welcome. Wisconsin. What's the weather doing there? Did you guys get big storms or wind? Lots of wind last night? I know I was chatting with a couple other demonstrators, one in Kentucky and one not in Kentucky. Anyway, they were getting the wind, and I said, yes, it was supposed to come here through the night and into today, and so we have it today, quite windy, but mild, so it's kind of a trade-off, but anyway, this is it called Art? Yes, Artfully Composed. This is the Artfully Composed Designer Series paper, and I have used some of every single sheet, not every single side, because that would be 12 different sides, but every single sheet appears somewhere in the cards from my April card class. So just so you have a little more of an idea what might be in the card class. But this is all very fun. Pretty colors. There's Mint Macaron, Just Jade, Evening Evergreen. The yellow is Bumblebee. Then there's some Calypso Coral for a pop of bright. So lots of fun going on there. So, as I said, the cards that I have for you today are not difficult to make, but they do use these dies. So if you do not have our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, first of all, put it on your wish list, because holy mackerel, it is awesome. And there is a mini machine that I have actually at the back of the craft studio right now, so I can't grab it, but I have used it when I've done these videos before, and all of these dies will fit in the mini machine. So you only need the mini machine for most of our dies. Some of them will not fit. You do need the big machine. But most of our dies will fit into the mini machine. And they do have embossing folders that will fit in the mini machine, although there's also more embossing folders that you do need the big machine for. So, but the mini machine is on sale until today. Today is the last day. That's why the end of March is important, actually. I haven't mentioned the sale much recently, but there is a 20% off the mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and there's also 20% off a number of bundles. So you definitely want to take a peek at that. Anyway, on to some crafting. Holy mackerel, I've been dabbing a lot today, haven't I? So this is Just Jade for my card base. Standard card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. And then I am going to use one size down, so 5 1/4 by 4 piece of designer series paper. And then I have stamped my sentiment, which is from the this stamp set, Happiest Birthday Wishes, which I think is really awesome. I stamped that in Just Jade, just on a strip of basic white cardstock. It almost looks, I'm just gonna do a little bit of a measure here, because it looks like, oh, I guess it's it is my eyes. my eyes deceive me, because this is tall. It looks like it's wider here, but it's not. I just checked. Anyway, so I just stamped it on a strip of cardstock, and then this is one of the dies you may have noticed in here. So this die, yeah, it's very cool, isn't it? I like how it turned out, and I'm thinking that die, you could cut just, you could trim a little edge off of here, maybe tuck some designer series paper behind it, and wouldn't that be interesting? It's both, zigzagged, and there's stitching. I hope you can see that. So I'll just hold it up there. Because this is Facebook Live, there's a delay, but anyway, it's a really interesting die, and it just makes things a little bit snazzy. So I've cut this, I actually cut this at 4 1/4, thinking I would put it right across the whole card. And then I have cut one of the leaf sprigs, and this, I don't know whether you can see, try and see if we got, oh, it's hard for me to see because it's right where my mount is, but there is shimmer here because this is the mother of pearl paper, so there is shimmer to that. But in any case, I was thinking, I'm thinking, let's just get started. So I'm going to put the designer series paper onto my card base, which is a little bit backwards to how I generally tell you to do things, which is to start at the top and work down. But because my sentiment is going across the whole card base, there's not a whole lot I can do before I put this down, because there's, I think this card is going to look very effective But there's not actually a lot to it. Like I said, these are easy cards, easy to make, but I did use a die machine. If you do not have the cut and emboss machine, either one, you could stamp these leaves. They're very large, and you could just hand cut, you know, almost just a round shape or an oval shape, or you could kind of fussy cut around it. Because they're nice and big, they would not be difficult to fussy cut. So, of course, I recommend having the die cutting machine. I had already stamped that. Sorry, usually I do the stamping, but I just realized I didn't put together any stamps, so I will have to, and I didn't get out any ink. You know, one of those mornings again, obviously, where I'm just, you know, kind of distracted, perhaps, maybe by, new catalog, perhaps. Anyway, you never know. Vera, have you got your paper catalog yet? Are you pouring through it? I say that because I do believe you are a demonstrator, but if you're not, you should be. Get a hold of Terry Hartley and join with her. But I kind of think you are a demonstrator. So if you are, certainly you have probably seen the catalog already, and if you are going to on tour, then you quite possibly have the catalog. So, as I say, there are some awesome perks to being a demonstrator, and early access is for sure one of them. So as much as I thought I had cut that at 4 1/4, I seem to have not quite. And now I've got a little snip into my card base, I think, because I missed. No, I guess not. I guess that was just the white. Let's just check on this side. This side is lined up. There we go. So that's better. So now that I have put that on here with dimensionals, I can just stick this leaf in behind it. And I did do one with the adhesive. Maybe I will try to get this off. I just found that as I was poking these little pieces out, when you use the adhesive sheets, they do, it is a little bit more difficult to die cut. Hey, Donna, welcome. We are playing with the Artfully Layered set again. So when you use the adhesive sheets, they're a little bit more difficult to die cut because you have that extra layer. And then what I found, because this is quite narrow, was that it was actually, when I was poking the little bits out, it was pulling the adhesive right off. So I stopped, but I don't know whether you can see or not, but these extra die cut pieces have pulled right off as I take the adhesive sheet off. So that was my thought, that when I actually took that off to put this together, that it would all be okay, and it looks like it is. So that's good news. Yes, and that one has done the exact same thing. So I was wise to stop trying to poke those little bits out. So now we just need to decide what I think I'm just, or do I want it on this side? Maybe on this side. I'm just going to stick that right down in there. There we go. So look at that. Isn't that super quick and easy? Super easy if you do have the cut and emboss machine. But as I say, you can just fussy cut the stamp if you have that. But that is definitely a quick card. So, not sure where we were when you first joined, Donna, but in case you missed it, look what I got in the mail. Ooh, exciting, exciting. Anyway, you will be getting one as well, Donna, because I do know that you're a demonstrator, and yours will be coming, but those of us that registered for On Tour get ours a little bit earlier, so that's that was a perk for the perk people. Anyway, there's our first card. Here is what I have for our second card, and I had a plan. I had a master plan because I have cut. I know what I was doing. I was doing this, and I do need some stamps, so I have totally messed up here. Let me grab this. And I'm going to use these little leaves that I think look kind of like hearts because, well, because they do. And then I think maybe we'll do should we do a hey there or a thank you? Or another happiest birthday wishes? Maybe a thank you. How about a thank you? I'll get this on here. Maybe I should use a larger block though. Okay. So I'm actually, this card is a case of a card that I have that I made at a Stampin' Up event, I think last year about this time. And I had it here. I don't know whether I still have it here because I took it to cut bits and pieces. Okay, I don't see it. So I'm just going to grab my Just Jade ink. It was, I made it using the Dragonfly stamp set, and it was one of the make and takes from probably on tour last spring. So anyway, it was kind of a neat layout, I thought. So that was why I thought I would use it again today, because it is an easy layout as well. Can't wait. I know it's such an exciting time, isn't it? Yes. And hopefully you've had a peek at all the things online, at least. There are some wonderful new things in the catalog, for sure. So, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, this is, again, sorry, standard card base. I talk too much, don't I? I'm just excited about so many things right now. Anyway, 5 1/4 by 4, basic white for my layer. And I am going to just stamp all the way down with these leaves that I, the leaf thing. So I'm just going to stick this under here. And I'm just going to do a strip. I think I want this direction. You could probably do it either way, but I'm going to do it this way. So I am just going to stamp a strip of these guys. Kind of, sort of. Down here. Not sure that's exactly what I was thinking, but but I think it might work. Let me just, because then I have this cardstock or designer series paper, and I have this designer series paper. So a lot of this is going to get covered up. And you know what? I was supposed to remember to stamp my sentiment first and make it fit. So I think the thank you is going to have to go right to the bottom, which might be okay actually, because look, ooh, it's all getting squished in. This could actually go up a little higher though. We'll put that towards the middle. Okay, so we're going to do thank you, and we're going to do it right here. And good thing we didn't choose the happiest birthday wishes, because that is larger and would not fit. So there we go. Thank you. Into the ink we go. Okay, so I'm going to close this up because clearly it's one of those days where you know, it's just one of those days. Aren't most days one of those days? Sometimes with crafting and all. Okay, so now I want to put, I'm just going to put my card, this card maybe in the middle here. So what's the 5 1/4, so that's 2 1/2, 2 and an 1/8. So if I bring this down, 1, 2 and an 1/8, then we should, no, that can't be right. 2 1/2, no, 2 1/2 plus an 1/8. 2 and 4, it's 2 and 5/8. Okay, so 1, 2 and 5/8 would be down here. That looks better. So there we go, and then this is the middle, and I think I can probably just eyeball that. Does it look like that's in the middle? What do we have over here? Let me double check. 1, 2 and 5/8. Yes. Okay, so Yes, my math was good the second time. It's not always to be trusted. Whoops, right over the edge there, and so, whoop. Now I'm sticking me to everything. I got some adhesive on here. Just give that a rub off before I get that anywhere else. Okay, so that's in the middle, and we're going to put this in the middle and line it up to be straight. There we go. And then these Designer Series paper strips go above and below that, and I'm not worried about these being exactly exact. In fact, I think I might do this. These are just different accents, so, and this, and put this guy over here. Or should he be in line? Maybe he should be in line. Okay, I'm just going to move him down a little bit. And then I have a piece of Just Jade cardstock, and I have another one of the leaves. This is cut with just our gold foil sheets, but and this one punched out very easily because these are large pieces. So, but I'm pretty sure I did this a few days ago when I was getting ready. I do believe, yes. I'm pretty sure I put the adhesive sheet on the back of this one as well, but I did. It's not all coming off. So I need to sort of pay attention to where it is because, oh, there we go. The adhesive sheets, they have cut lines so that you can get different sizes, different shapes, get stuff apart easily. So sometimes you have more than one piece of backing. And then I was just going to put this onto here, kind of like that, and then I think that I will pop it up. So I'm going to attach this to my card base before I do that, just so I don't have any trouble getting the adhesive on here because of lumpy bumpies on the other side. There we go. And then we will use some dimensionals for this guy as well, which seem to be buried at this exact moment, but anyway. Okay. So, what else did I have? Oh, look! That card that I thought I had taken to the back, it was actually hiding in the box of things that I do when I prepare this. So there's the card that we made at the Stampin' Up! Event a year ago. So I see now that they did their stamping down the whole side, whereas I have a narrower strip. So there you go. You could do it either way. Obviously, there is no right or wrong. And I wanted to put my Designer Series paper a little further apart than we had done it on that one, just so you could see that it was clearly two pieces. So I'm just going to plunk this down onto here. Oh, it's not centered though, which I think it should be in my brain. It should be closer anyway. Whoop, and now it's probably not straight. There we go. Okay, gonna go with that. So there is, there's my case of my card, which is certainly something you can do. Perhaps a few little embellishments on this guy. There was no embellishments on this one, but this was not my design, so I was just playing the way they were doing it. But clearly, when it's up to me, there's some embellishments. Oh, look, we have these Just Jade. These are the in color square gems, and there's some Just Jade, which won't show up on there very well, but would show up here. But that just looks like it might be a little bit messy. Like a whole, there's kind of a whole lot going on here. Maybe that's why there's no gems. I wonder if I should just let it go. I'm kind of thinking maybe I should. So I think I'm going to leave that without gems. And this card, although it could have some gems, my thought was it's just so clean that it shouldn't. But we could do a little something right down here. Yes, maybe. Oh, look, maybe the Just Jade right down here. What do we think? Add some gems? Why do these look? These look different, and these look different than these. I wonder if I got these in the sun or something. I do not know. Maybe it could be my lighting. Oh my gosh, I struggled with lighting last night. I had so many shadows for the card class, but anyway, I'm not sure. Again, I'm kind of thinking I want to leave this really clean. So I think I will just, I'll just hold off. Wow, isn't that unusual for me? Anyway, there we go. There's a couple of cards. As I say, they do have a little bit of die cutting, but both easy cards to make. This is a super fun layout, and if you don't have a die that you like or want to use, or you don't have a cut and emboss machine, this was Designer Series paper last year and a punch that coordinated. And we have lots of great punches, and we have more punches coming. So you could use a punched shape, or you could stamp an image just on a rectangular piece of basic white cardstock and do that on there. But this is it's a fun layout. I like it. So anyway, those are your cards for today. Thank you so much for joining me for lunch break, taking time out of your busy day. I love hanging out with you, and appreciate your comments and your love on this. Do share this video with your friends if you have anyone that's interested in crafting, or you think they might enjoy seeing some crafting. Love to have you share this with them. Anyway, have an awesome afternoon, ladies, and we will see you all again very soon. Take care. Bye for now.